Chances of survival in the event of a nuclear strike currently. Only in these two countries would one survive a nuclear war. Due to Vladimir Putin's nuclear threats, the fear of nuclear war is currently omnipresent. But what are the chances of survival in the event of a global nuclear escalation? Supposedly, there are only two countries where you would survive a nuclear strike. What are the chances of survival in a nuclear war? What are the chances of survival in a nuclear war? Fear of nuclear war grows due to nuclear threats from Russia. Chances of survival in nuclear war low, according to journalist Annie Jacobsen. Only two countries around the world safe from nuclear war. With the start of the Ukraine war in February 2022, the danger of nuclear war has also grown. Russian President Vladimir Putin never tires of threatening Ukraine and the West with a nuclear strike. Again and again, the Kremlin chief and his entire power apparatus emphasize Russia's nuclear superiority. Chances of survival in nuclear war. Only two countries in the world safe. But what are our chances of survival if a nuclear war actually occurs? Investigative journalist Annie Jacobsen, who has spent years studying the effects of nuclear war, recently explained on the podcast Diary of a CEO that there are only two countries in the world where you would survive a nuclear war: Australia and New Zealand. In the event of a nuclear war, 5 billion people would die in the first 72 hours. According to the nuclear war expert, about 5 billion people would die in the first 72 hours of a nuclear war. The remaining 3 billion people would be fighting for survival. The world would literally be on fire, and the thick smoke would trigger a mini ice age that would make it impossible for humans to grow food. Nuclear war would trigger a mini ice age and make agriculture impossible. Most of the world, especially the mid-latitudes, would be covered with a layer of ice. Places like Iowa and Ukraine would consist only of snow for 10 years, said the nuclear war expert. Due to the nuclear winter and the resulting food shortages, more people would die. In addition, there are radiation poisonings. In Australia and New Zealand, you could survive nuclear war. During her research, Annie Jacobsen also spoke with the leading expert in climate and atmospheric research, Professor Brian Toon. According to Jacobsen in the podcast, he explained to her that the only places that could still practice agriculture after a nuclear winter would be Australia and New Zealand. Why this is important? According to Statista.de, as of January 2023, Russia has 4,489 nuclear warheads, making it the largest nuclear arsenal in the world, enough to destroy our planet several times over. By comparison, the US has the second largest nuclear arsenal in the world with 3,708 active warheads.